Hello, my name is Vanessa Marie Sanchez, and my project is about the spread of culture and its profound effect on Western civilization. And I will be discussing all the way back to 3000 BCE to the present. The main points of interests or time periods I will be discussing are as follows, in chronological order. The beginnings and origins of the ancient civilization of Mesopotamia, which will then lead me to discuss the connections and relations of Mesopotamia to the Greeks and their culture. The Greek culture will then spread to other civilizations through trade, travel, and colonization. And then lastly, I will be discussing how the spread of this culture will impact Western civilization as a whole and how it all relates back to the Mesopotamians in many different ways, as well as the long-lasting effects it has on us even to today, and how it will continue to impact the future of Western civilization. The origins and history of Western civilization date back to 3000 BCE, which is the beginning of the Bronze Age in Mesopotamia. This is due to the many changes, advancements, and traditions Mesopotamia was going through at this time. It is important to note that this area is not considered the West today. One idea that was passed down and influenced other civilizations was cuneiform, which was a form of writing made up of wedge-shaped characters on clay, which was created by the Sumerians. Cuneiform is the oldest known form of writing, and it was used to keep records of events, businesses, and trade. It also was used for literature and astronomy. The next tradition I would like to talk about is Mesopotamia's government and organization. In Mesopotamia, society functioned around a central palace. Jacobson describes Mesopotamia as a primitive democracy, where power rested within a general assembly of all adult free men. It was basically an early form of democracy. Similar to the beginnings of the U.S. democracy, Mesopotamian women and those enslaved were not allowed to take part in government. And finally, religious practices in Mesopotamia recognized multiple gods and goddesses. They believed that these gods influenced what happened to them in their daily lives. They also associated these gods with ideas and the natural world, such as, but not limited to, the heavens, wind, wisdom, love, and justice. The Mesopotamian religion would later influence the Babylonian and Assyrian religions as well. Fast forward a bit in time, and we have the Greek civilization, which was one of the civilizations that was influenced by Mesopotamian traditions. Here, I would like to start after Greek's Dark Ages. The Greek city-states were divided from political fragmentation, so each of these areas developed their own unique social structures. However, they did have some features that were similar amongst them. Similar to the Mesopotamians, the Greeks had their own democracy. Again, this democracy excluded women and slaves. Greece is also the birthplace of federalism, because Greek city-states would band together to form stronger protection and barriers. As the Greeks were still recovering from their Dark Age, their population grew, which meant that availability of land was becoming limited, or scarce. Due to this, they were forced to leave and colonize the Mediterranean. The people they encountered were welcoming enough, so they were able to establish new cities with ease. Some Greek travelers would even set up trading stations. More people had access to Greek products and vice versa because of this. This is how they were able to spread their cultures, ideas, and influences. Specifically, the Greeks had many impacts on Western civilization that are still noticeable today. Like I just talked about, the Greeks were able to do this through travel, colonization, and trade. There were many trade systems established throughout history that also helped facilitate the flow of ideas and culture from not only the Greeks, but from other areas of the world as well. Some notable mentions that are still heavily around today that we credit the Greeks for are standardized medicine, theater, the Olympics, the library, architecture, science and mathematics, trial by jury, and other political notions, and so much more great traditions. These have been around for centuries and will likely be around for centuries to come. And so this actually brings us to the end of my presentation for today. This is a list of my sources. I hope you found my topic interesting and informational. Thank you and have a great day.